What is happening, mediocre people of YouTube? Anyway, I'm just doing some organizing, trying to get things kind of set, since it's kind of been a ongoing project back here, taking care of one of my amplifiers. And I had been thinking about several things. One of them being, where are we on the tripod here? One of those things being amplifier modification and whatnot. Now, I have had the honor, kinda, to work on a couple of friends' amplifiers since I've been going through this kind of new learning process the last 6 or 7 years, kind of getting into working on electronic tube amps. Like I said before, I've always been into electronics, but never really got into the whole tube amplifier thing until about 6 or 7 years ago. And what I've realized is that pretty much every amplifier you open up is either mimicking a Fender or Marshall circuit. Excuse me. And that's pretty much it. It's just another take on the Fender circuit, the Marshall circuit, which is kind of very much similar. I've had a couple of friends bring their amplifiers to me to do like a tune-up, and getting into them, I saw things that didn't quite look right, and I look on the schematic, and there was different values and stuff. In which case, I pulled that stuff out and put it back to original. And I've had people say to me, "Oh my God, this thing has never sounded so good. It's just great, and what did you do to it, And I put it back to the circuit that it was designed to be. Okay, so that brings up modifications, in amplifiers, and you see a lot of people modding amplifiers. And the thing about modding amplifiers is usually what you find is people want more gain. Okay, well, if you want more gain, why would you get into your amplifier and with a soldering iron when you can just throw a distortion pedal in front of it, or a tube screamer, or whatever, overdrive pedal? Because that's basically all you're achieving, you know what I mean, by modding the amplifier. And the other thing is, depending on who's modding the amplifier, do they know about amplifier design and stuff like that? Because there's a lot of techs that don't know about design. I don't really know about design. I'm learning. I'm learning from some very good people about designing amplifiers and whatnot, but I don't know enough to open up your Marshall head and start throwing modifications into it, because you need to take into consideration how that circuit was designed, what it was designed to do. And basically, they put a lot of thought into these circuits. So when you go in there and you start modding things, you're forcing an amplifier to do something it wasn't designed to do in the first place. And in some cases, if the person modding it isn't taking into all of that information into consideration, you very well could be damaging that amplifier. Which brings up the topic of tone, and the tone people are looking for, and the gain, and all of that stuff. I suppose, if you're just playing guitar for your own amusement at home, I guess that's fine. But as far as... I know that's hot because this cup keeps your coffee hot forever, so I had to be careful. If you're playing guitar at home for your own amusement, I guess that's fine. But if you're actually, playing in a band and playing venues, it's kind of a different story, because the tone that you're going to use at home is certainly not going to be the tone that you're using at a venue. And then you got to take the venue into consideration. Are you playing a bar with 50 or 100 people? That's why, we had half stacks and stuff like that, because there wasn't really a PA system in those places. So you had what you had. And, if your band sounds good like that, then you can pretty much sound good anywhere. You go into a bigger venue, you're going to be changing your tone on your amplifier completely. because you need to hear it. You know, number one, nobody else in a large venue with a PA system, nobody else hears your amplifier, you know, except you. So you need to be able to hear what you're doing, and when you've got a bunch of uh, low, chunky, you know, notes and stuff like that, and you've got a bunch of gain on it and everything, you're not going to be able to hear it because the bass guitar is going to eat it up. The drums are going to eat it up. So, you know, you're going to, you know, that's why we started adding bright switches to amplifiers, you know, to make it more crisp so that you can hear it in that setting. Because like I said, nobody in the audience is hearing it. They're hearing it through the PA system, which sounds completely different again, and hopefully one of the guys in the band, or if you're lucky enough, there's an actual sound man there that takes care of that stuff, and they know what they're doing. They make you sound great. You know, again with tone, recording, it's a whole another story. You know, I've got recordings where, you know, the masters came out and I said, God damn, I sound great, you know, knowing that I didn't sound that way when I recorded it. You know, it sounds much better. And that's the magic of a great recording engineer. You know, that's what their job is, to make you sound as good as possible. You know, it was my tone, but boy, did it sound a lot better, you know, after it was mastered. And I thought it sounded fantastic when I was recording it, you know, but it, you know, it even sounds better. So, you know, I guess you know, kind of the moral of the story here is, you know, you buy your amplifier and don't mod it. There's no reason to mod it. If you want more gain, there's plenty of pedals out there. You know, I stayed with a super overdrive for years. I went to a dual overdrive, and I went to an MXR super badass distortion, which I really liked. And then I found Keeley. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't believe it unless I actually tried it. And I didn't try a lot of that stuff because, you know, it's kind of all the same. Whatever Keeley's doing when they make their pedals, they are top-notch pedals. Love it. Just absolutely. Keeley, the Keeley Filaments pedal replaced my gain pedal. It can do all of it. Everything you want, you get right out of that pedal. So that's all you got to do. I mean, like I say, most people are looking for more gain for whatever reason. You know, then you've got the solid state stuff, the modeling stuff that's coming out these days. That's incredible. So, yeah, don't mod your amplifiers. Don't have them modded. Just to keep them the circuit. And the other thing is, you know, if you're looking for a tone that you love, my advice to you is to start with an absolutely clean channel, okay? Now, if you have a 2-channel amp and it has a gain channel, go ahead and start with that gain channel with the absolute minimum amount of gain on it, okay? Start with a crystal clean channel, and then just start kind of peppering it, layering that gain up a little bit. You don't have to crank it all the way, you know what I mean? Play with the EQ. Get the amplifier, you know, keeping in mind you're going to be throwing an overdrive on it, like myself. Get that amplifier to sound nice and clean. You know, I've always said that, you know, and I play high gain distortion stuff, but I've always said that, you know, there's a way to have all the distortion in the world and still be able to hear each note. You know, it should be a very clean distortion, in my opinion. That's me. You know, I came from, you know, my guitar heroes are Randy Rhoads, you know, Eddie Van Halen, and guys, Jakey Lee. You know, those are the kind of the sound I'm looking for when I think of a, you know, a great tone. So, and those were all, you know, Marshall circuits, plain and simple, with an overdrive in front of them. And, you know, what it sounded like live in concert was great, and the way it was recorded was great. So, you know, start with a very clean. That's what the Carvin X100B does. I've got 3 of these, and every single one of them has just an incredible clean channel, just incredible, and it has reverb on it too, which is nice. I do like some reverb on my, you know, some all the time. So yeah, don't mod your amps. You want more gain, go buy a pedal. And buy a high quality pedal. Like I said, buy something. I've got a Keeley Filaments. I love it. It's absolutely replaced my gain. I'll show you my pedal board. Actually, I think it's set up here, although I've been using that at home here. But here's my pedal board right there. So yeah, I know it's in black and white here and there's not a lot of light. Let me throw a light on. I know it'll help a little bit. So I've got the wah pedal, which I don't even usually use in it. Keeley Filaments, an equalizer, Boss Chorus Ensemble, and a delay that's usually not there. So usually it's just the distortion, an EQ, and the chorus, because I do like a chorus. You can do things with a chorus pedal to make your sound. What I try to do with a chorus pedal is I use it as to try to like kind of double my sound because I'm working out of a single amplifier. Ideally, I would like 200-watt heads with my chorus pedal running stereo to each of them. You know what I'm saying? That's like my rig. You know, that's what I would record with. And you can do things with a chorus pedal to even kind of like a, you know, layer your sound, almost double and layer your sound, double and triple your sound when you've got it in stereo. It makes it sound like, you know, really thick, almost like more than one guitar. So that's what I do with a chorus pedal, and then I have reverb on all the time too. So, and that's straight out of the amplifier. So, yep, that's today's video. I am getting ready to go over and do an overnight. What the hell is this? Do an overnight and take care of my bro, Todd. Take care of him and hang out. This is back in the day when I didn't give a fuck. Alright, you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.